Good day, everybody. So I'm checking in because I'm in the middle of a 30-minute project. Well, it should be 30 minutes. And it's turning into maybe a multi-day ordeal because I'll run out of time today and may not have the ability to finish it up before nightfall, and I'll have to carry it into tomorrow. But what should have been 30 minutes is going to turn into a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours. So what am I talking about? Well, back on July 4th, Sylvia and I were in Fort Lauderdale, and we decided to take a look at an appliance store. There's a used appliance store that we really like in the Fort Lauderdale area. We wanted a new fridge. This is the old one sitting in our living room, plugged in, because we're gonna try and sell it, so it's still plugged in so people can see it actually works. We wanted a new fridge, and we wanted stainless because we had a stainless microwave. So we got a stainless fridge. It's an LG, makes ice, dispenses water, but we don't need that. And it's got this gimmick, right? You knock and it lights up. You know, it's cool, but what purpose it serves beyond that, I don't know. So you don't open the door and let a little bit of cold out. Big deal. We got a new fridge anyways. Oh, and we wanted an outside fridge for our back patio area, you know, because we're just too lazy to get up and walk into the kitchen. So we got this little guy. It's got a US flag wrap on the front. So that was actually brand new at a scratch and dent appliance store. The fridge here was scratch and dent, but the scratches and dents are on the sides, right? Over here and on the other side, and you'll never see them. So as far as we're concerned, this is brand new, but at scratch and dent prices. This was like brand new. This thing is $2,800 and we got it for $1,400. So bargain. For you people in Fort Lauderdale area, the place is called Appliances for Less, and it's on 441 just south of Broward Boulevard on the west-hand side. All right, so there's the old dishwasher. It still has the blue on it because we never took it off. They had to replace the dishwasher before we moved in because they told us the dishwasher wasn't working. They had a new dishwasher put in before the sale of the house. It wasn't working, and we said, well, go return it. Get one that works. So this is the one they got. This is the cheapest dishwasher in the world. It's loud. It's clumsy. Like you open it and you can just tell this was made to be the cheapest thing possible. And that's fine. You know, we didn't expect them to go and put anything fancy in this place. Now here's the new one. It's sitting on its side. It's an LG, so it's stainless, just like this LG refrigerator, so it'll match up nice. This was a new product at the Appliances for Less. The used one was $100 less. I was like, well, to get the full manufacturer's warranty, I'll spend the extra $100. Why not? So that's what I did. Now, the reason this is on its side takes me back to the original unit. So, the original unit on dishwashers, your electrical comes similar to this. Well, actually, let's take a look. Yeah, this one's really bad. I don't even see a ground wire down here, which is really bad. I mean, I would like to think there's one. I'm not going to kill myself. Let's just get to the point. So when I took the old dishwasher out, these were wired directly into this, and this came directly out of the wall. And then I just put wire nuts on there. And they did a good job. It was fairly safe considering it was completely not done to code, but not bad. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm still going to wire up to the wires on the new dishwasher, right? So So here's the new wires in the dishwasher. They sit in this little area here, and you'll see that I got the three. I got white, black, and green. Right? So you have to have your three wires. Just bear with me while I grab something. Now, what you do is you feed wires through here, and you connect them up to the wires on your dishwasher. Now, the wires that are coming through this hole here are going to be at the opposite end of a 3-prong plug, right? And that plug, right? So I'm just going to buy a cord that has a 3-prong plug on one end and then 3 loose wires on the other, like this. And then there's supposed to be an outlet right there in the wall that you'd plug that into. Well, there's no outlet. This, I've cut this since, but this was just the wire coming out of the wall, and the dishwasher was just wired up to it directly. And like I said, they did a good job. They did a safe job, but is it the code? Not even close. So I'm going to install this. That's a concrete wall back there, so I'm going to use tap cons. This will get installed right there. I'll put my plug on. I'll put my faceplate on. It'll look all nice and pretty. I'll buy a 3-prong cord, which has wires on one end. And that 3-prong cord goes through here. Now, also, what you don't see, there are these things here. Let's see. So, what you do is you screw this off. So let me do that here so you guys can see. Again, a 2-hand job, and I've got 1 hand. There we go. Right. So I'm just taking this little this little nut off there, right, like that. Now on the back side, you have this little clamp, right? So these 2 screws here clamp down and pinch. So what happens is this thing, there's the holes for the wires. This thing gets pushed into there, right? And now your wire comes through there to the other side, and you screw, right? You screw these down and it clamps on the wire. And this thing here that I just took off, this goes on the other side, right? You screw that back on and it holds that thing in place to the dishwasher, right? So you would just screw that on right there, and it holds that clamping piece in place, and then the clamps are right there, and that holds the wire in place. So I'll get my cord. We'll have a 3-prong cord that will get plugged into there. On this end, it'll go through there, and I'll wire it up. Right? I'll use my wire nuts and I'll wire it up to there. Then all of this gets tucked into place, right? You just tuck it all into here like this. And then there's this little shroud that goes, there's this little shroud that goes like roughly like that, right? You know, so it makes everything all nice and tidy and hides all the electrical. So what should have been almost a plug-and-play procedure has turned into this project. One more thing. The drain tube on this dishwasher is really thick compared to the old one. And it's not really having enough space to fit. So like when I go to push the dishwasher in this way, this drain tube is so thick that the dishwasher ends up hitting the drain tube and the dishwasher can't go all the way back in. So what I'll have to do is there's space on the bottom side of the dishwasher that allows for that thick drain, right? So here's the bottom of the dishwasher. This can come this way, right? Or up this way. Or better yet, it can come around like this. This corner here sits right there. I'll make my hole right there. Then I'll run the drain tube up this wall higher than this, right? So I'll have to attach it up there, and then it will come down to this. So when the dishwasher pushes the water out, it'll push it this way, it'll go up, and then it'll come down into here, and it'll draw into here through gravity. The reason that you want it to be, the drain tube needs to be higher than this at some point, is so that you can't backwash all what might be here in the sink back into the dishwasher, right? So the dishwasher will push up, and then it will just, gravity will draw to here. What gravity can't draw down just stays in the tube only. And that's all that stays in the tube, is what was pushed into the tube from the dishwasher. It won't draw back from here at all, but anything back into the dishwasher. At least that's the idea in theory. I've done all my dishwashers that way. I've been told to do my dishwashers that way, so I'm going to continue. All right, so that's my task at hand. What should have been 30 minutes is turning into a bit of a chore. But hey, it is what it is. It's got to get done, and I like to do this. I like to try to do stuff the right way. Hey, good day, everybody. So I got the dishwasher wrapped up this morning. Actually, I finished it. I got it fully installed last night. But what I did not do was turn the water on and then give it a test cycle. I got it wired up last night. I ran the water line, I got the drain line in, and I turned the power back on, and the thing lit up like Christmas across the panel there. So that was great. Then this morning, I turned the water supply on to the dishwasher to check to see if it was leaking under there, and then I ran a test cycle to see if it was leaking under there. And during that test cycle, of course, it drains, and so I tested if it was leaking on the drain side. What I ended up having to do was I brought the drain and the water supply from the lower corner over there. So the water supply comes in and goes over and then goes up right there. It was a single 5-foot line. So I didn't have to buy anything. Actually, I bought a line just in case, but I didn't need it, so I'll get to return it. So the supply line now reaches because I'm coming in from the low end, and the drain now comes in there, gets looped up that way, comes around, and drains right out there. We probably use the dishwasher every other day, so water's not going to be sitting, as you see right there, for very long. At any rate, it went pretty slick. I'm real happy with the results, and I'll show you a quick inside. This is one of those 3-tray dishwashers. Got the big one on the bottom, one there, and then we've got this nifty one here for silverware, which we love. So we're real happy with this. All done.